Yo, what's up guys?
Your boy John, your boy Steve Ronin. In for it. What we're doing, Steve?
So we're collaborating today and we're doing a guide about Japan.
Basically, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be providing you guys with advice on urban exploring in Japan. Wow.
Yeah. I think Japan's definitely the #1 country to urban explore.
I gotta admit, Japan probably had one of my most favorite top places I've ever done. Like, I felt like I was at peace at that place and it just felt so different from any other country I've ever done.
It was awesome. We have a lot of experience and the places that I've been to were absolutely phenomenal and out of this world. So I know a lot of you guys have been like asking about Japan. I know a lot of you guys actually loved the Japan series when we were there. So we made this guide for you. So hopefully it provides a lot of good helpful tips and advice in case you guys want to explore in Japan.
Alright, so I guess a few of the things that we're going to be highlighting is travel costs, is budgeting for this place, foods to prepare with, and advice before entering while entering the abandoned place. So I guess the first thing that we're going to be going over is our travel costs to get to Japan. So prior to me even going to Japan, your boy Steve Ronin right here actually went to Japan way before I did. But along with my travel time, I only went to Japan once, and it turns out to be one of the top places I've ever done. Basically, along with the ending of the Asia road trip, from going from Cambodia to Laos to Malaysia, then Japan, finalizing it there, the cost from traveling from Malaysia to Japan was fairly around $300, which is, it's okay. I mean, you're in the same country, but it's still manageable, it's still doable. It also depends on whatever time you go. So we were just gonna go before cherry blossom season, which is probably why the rates were a little bit more pricier than usual. But hey man, I'm in Asia, I'm gonna hit the cherry blossom. So basically it's fairly around that much of the price. In the apps that I used to book my tickets was either Kayak or Google Flights. Steve, how'd you get to Japan? What was your experiences?
So John and I, we both have different experiences. The first time I went to Japan, I actually flew from North America. I took New York City's International Airport to Japan, and that was roughly like $1,000 for a round-trip flight. This was also near the spring, so March, April.
Okay.
And yeah, prices around that time is relatively higher because everyone loves to go see the cherry blossoms in Japan. I highly recommend it for you guys as well. You guys know it's just truly an amazing experience that you can't get any other like cherry blossom view in the world.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so roughly $1,000 round trip from North America. It'll probably cost around the same in Europe and in the UK. Cheaper if you did it John's way. If you like already flew to Japan. Yeah, if you're in Asia, flights to Japan is just gonna be like maybe $200 to $300.
Yeah, fairly around there. It depends.
One way.
Yeah, remember that.
And I also use Kayak or Google Flights to book my flights.
Right. So that's pretty much how it's like, and from our travel costs is in order to get to Japan, either from across the seas, far across it, or while being in Asia. I guess the other thing is hotels. So how do we get our hotels? Most people, occasionally what I hear from people is they would book far in advance by booking this X amount of days for this X amount of days, like way pre-planning it. The way we do it, we're pretty last minute.
Yeah.
So what we did was, instead of like booking like 3 weeks of hotels being prepared, what we did was we used Airbnbs, the most convenient way to get a hotel. Basically a place to stay at in comfort, to shower, sleep, do things like that, or wash your clothes. You guys take a look around, you might have a good idea of our messy room. The thing is, when you come to Japan, you're gonna be dealing with some really tight and small rooms. So I mean, there's 4 beds, but do you see how small the entire room is? Yeah, we're gonna head out to Shibuya right now. And the way we did it was that it wasn't just all hand upfront cost like that. We actually, what we did is we didn't go for the most priciest one. We went for the most like this really cool neighborly feel one. Like we don't look for luxury stuff or anything like that. So what we had for Airbnb was like this amazing, like kind of chilled out house vibe type of thing. And we all split it between 4 ways: Exploring with John, Exploring with Cody, Exploring with Steve, and John. All of us just split.
That's roughly $16 US per night, split by 4 people.
Wow, $16.
That's not
even hostels cost that much. So that's not even bad. Plus you have your own place to yourself. Not so shabby, not so shabby. And that's pretty much how we did it. Occasionally we would go for hostels when times are needed, because we did split up with each other from here to there. So when I went with Cody to go see Suicide Forest, we got a hostel and we fairly paid like $15 a night, which isn't so bad. At my previous place, I actually threw away my razors, my toothbrush, and my toothpaste. I'm at the train station to Mount Fuji, and I brushed my teeth over here. Ah!
Yeah, I think if you're like solo traveling in Japan, hostels is your best bet. That's what I used too when I was by myself.
Right.
It costs around, like John said, $15 to $20 per night.
Yeah, you also meet new people along the way. When I was out there, I hung out with these new UK and Ireland like people. I didn't even know them. We all just went out to see Naru and play with deers, like out of the random. Super cool.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys are like kind of sketched out by hostels. There's like this stereotype that hostels are like dangerous, but in Japan it's really, really safe. So I think you guys will have no problem with that at all.
Well, that's pretty much it for like finding a place convenient to stay at if you want to shower, sleep, or do anything like that. Hostels, Airbnbs. I've never done a hotel yet, so I probably will still never do a hotel. Airbnbs and hostels are just so convenient.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay, now this is the last budget. It's the food. Food per night.
God.
If you're on a budget, 7-Eleven's pretty good though.
7-Eleven's too good.
Yeah, 7-Eleven is the best.
Start off my morning today with 7-Eleven. I got myself like 2 small meals that kind of last me throughout the good day. If you're on a traveling budget, I would highly recommend you to come to 7-Eleven to grab your food. The food here is so good. I have to admit it. Like I gotta show you right now. So I'm gonna show you guys what I ordered today. Went to 7-Eleven, got myself a quick meal like this. Look at this meal. Never in my life have I ever thought a 7-Eleven would serve something like as delicious as this. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but look at that. It's like so basically it's like a rice dish with like some chicken and some small salad or like vegetables to the side. It's a pretty good meal for such a quick, cheap grab and go.
It's in
Oh
Japan.
my god.
You can spend like maybe $5 for like a good meal, like for lunch and dinner.
Right, and if you don't have 7-Eleven, consider, what was the other places? Family Mart and...
Yeah, Family Mart. Oh man,
Family Mart.
fried chicken's so good.
What else was there? There was one more,
chicken.
right? It started with the L.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Alright, cool. Alright, anyway.
The main point is that convenience stores are the best in Japan. They're not like anything else.
So when we went to these convenience stores, like, oh my god, I couldn't help but vlog every moment inside. Like, I turned my entire life into a movie. Basically, if you want to get like a good meal to survive for the rest of the day, like urban exploring, it requires a lot of like climbing or physical activity or moving around, like all of that so much. Basically, with urban exploring, we got 7-Eleven. We bought these like amazing meals for like what, $5?
Yep.
$5, and it fooled us for the majority of the day. Like not even half of it, more than half of it, even through urban exploring occasions. Cafe lattes.
Hell yeah.
So it depends on how many people you're with. If the more people you're with, the cheaper you're gonna be spending. Depends on what your priorities are. But if you were to go to Japan, I'd say maybe roughly $3,000. I might even have less than 3,000.
So that's the end of the budget. Now, moving on, we're gonna be talking about
urban exploring.
Yeah.
So exploring in Japan is by far one of the most better experiences I think I've ever had versus urban exploring anywhere else. So I guess to talk about it, my first time when I went urban exploring in Japan, I ended up going alone to this abandoned school, and I didn't really know what to expect when I got there, other than the fact that when I took the train out there, I thought I was never gonna come back. Like, these trains take you far out of the city. So when I went outside the city, I had to walk my way all the way to this abandoned school. Don't get me wrong, the entire place was like pretty creepy because you're not even no longer in the city, you're actually out in the countryside now. So most people don't really see much outsiders go there that look like me.
It's extremely crazy to come across something like this. Walking through this small village, I've come upon this small shrine. And the thing is, this is like one of those spooky anime stories where it's just all a wooden shrine. It's just a small one too. It gives me the creeps just looking at it. You can understand what I mean. Ooh. You can understand exactly what I mean when I'm looking at this. So I'm walking up to this. Oh my goodness. I'm extremely scared to look in. Really scared. Where am I?
And oh man, guys, it was just like...
You look Japanese though.
Do I look Japanese?
Yeah, I think you could...
I can pull it out.
Yeah, I think you can pull it out. You look like Taka from One OK Rock.
Here's a picture. Either way, so basically, we went all the way out to the countryside, well I did, and I went to this abandoned school, and my god, it was just such a creepy vibe, but it made me actually have a better understanding. So when we went to explore these schools, what happens is, the schools are super clean, like when they're abandoned, and what happens is, all the kids, like all the boys in the schools, before the school becomes abandoned, they have to clean up the entire school, which explains why everything looks so neat, like as if it's still an active school. Crazy.
Yeah, yep, that's what I love about Japan's places. The abandoned schools, there's temples, shrines. We explored a lot of coal mine islands that were left abandoned because,
oh my God.
I don't know, during the time when they were using coal for like energy, there was a lot of miners, and people would mine these islands until petroleum came in, and they decided to just abandon these islands and the coal mining projects. So you're gonna find a lot of those. The top ones have to say Battleship Island, which I've been to. And we've been to a few islands as well, but we cannot give out those locations because our Japanese friend wants these low key.
But we could give you advice.
We can give you advice, and we can give you locations that are really, really good if you're going to Japan to explore. So that's a good thing. Another good thing is that we both have a Patreon account, which we're going to be teaching people about social media and how to travel, and we're also going to be giving exclusive spots. So if you want a deeper look and understanding to it, go check out our Patreon accounts. All the rewards will be listed there, and you guys can know what to expect with our Patreon.
That's how it is. Basically, what are you gonna have on your Patreon, Steve, that's exclusive?
Abandoned locations. You're gonna get the coordinates to them. You're gonna get advice on how to find them. You're gonna get every advice you need to find the places, pictures, photography.
It's too much.
Yeah. And you guys get to also live chat me as well.
Oh man, so as well as my Patreon, I will be including a lot of those stuff along with Lightroom tutorials and how I get my abandoned photos. I will have presets where you can actually get certain presets off of it. And oh man, there's just so much more, like video editing, photos. Whoa, there's just too much. Go check it out. Go check out Steve's Patreon, go check out my Patreon. Anyway, let's continue the video.
Passed out there.
Whoa,
There's too much.
that's too much, dude. Are you okay?
Too much good stuff.
Oh,
Okay, but we have to move on.
let's move on.
We gotta stay alive for this video. Okay, so how to find spots in Japan.
How to find spots.
It's not that hard.
No. So, as for the schools, all I did was type in abandoned places in Japan, Google search.
Yeah, there's a lot of websites already provided that have a lot of spots.
So most of you are probably wondering, okay, if I'm gonna go explore in Japan, how would I get around the language connection? Like, what if I don't speak Japanese? Konnichiwa. Arigato gozaimasu. Either way. Basically, I don't speak Japanese. I know words, but Google Translate, super convenient.
Yeah,
super
that saved
efficient.
my life a
That
lot.
saved our life. Oh my god.
Regarding safety in Japan, there's no problem about it. It's just one of the safest countries in the world. The rules are pretty strict though, but I never had any experiences about it. I think cops really don't care about urban exploration, because in my experience, sometimes if I get caught by like a security guard or a police officer, I just tell them, hey, I'm taking photographs. I'm a tourist.
Yeah.
As long as you're a tourist, you're
As
pretty
long
much
as you're a
okay.
tourist,
They'd be like,
yeah.
yeah, you're a
just
tourist.
show your passport. Oh, you're cool. Here, here's this, here's that. All you gotta do is just show them your pictures that you got in there, and they'll be like, ooh,
Yeah,
applaud to
exactly.
you. That's a cool shot. That's cool stuff. Oh, they'll just be like, Sugoi, Sugoi, Sugoi.
Yep. Okay, also another good helpful advice is to make friends with Japanese urban explorers. And I know that seems hard. When I first went to Japan, I had no Japanese urban exploring friends until I met one of them who was really chill.
That's
and from
right.
them on, I just met a circle of friends in the
Right.
Japanese urban community. And that pretty much helped the exploring
Yeah,
that helped
crew.
the exploring crew do the whole Japan tour.
Yeah.
Yep, I mean, I went with Josh, Cody, and John to all these amazing places: Hachijima, Fukushima, Nagasaki.
Nagasaki.
So it's good to make Japanese friends, and that will also come with our Patreon account. So we have a lot of good connections in Japan. We know a lot of urban explorers that are willing to help us. So we're both willing to help you guys with the information we know.
You'll never find these very exclusive places if you don't network. There's all these people that, it's almost like you got to talk to the locals. So basically, instead of talking to locals, you network with other urban explorers, and when you network with other urban explorers, you find these very exclusive spots that not even the web would even know about.
Well guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. Leave a comment down below if you did as well. If you want us to put out more guides about urban exploration around the world, let us know in the comments.
Right, and if you guys want to shop the merch, if you guys want to shop the brands, or the Ronin, or the Yurei, yo.
This is not my merch, this is Josh's merch, but I'm putting out my merch soon. It's gonna be the Ronin merch. Can't wait guys, it's gonna be lit. Release. Check out the Yurei merch as well.
Either way guys, he does have photos on sale, so go check those out as well.
That too.
So that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Please let us know if you want to see more different guides for different urban exploring, maybe in third world countries, or generally America. You let us know, we will provide it, and let's keep the videos going.
Yeah, share the video to all your friends and family, and make sure you just subscribe to the Exploring Crew. Exploring with John, Steve Ronan in the house.
Steve
Let's
Ronan.
do it.
Let's go.
Okay. Now what?
What, can we do something stupid?
We can do something stupid. Oh,
no, stupid, dude.
I don't know.
Oh, we do something so stupid, but they're just right there.
Let's just say peace.
Alright guys.
Alright. Peace out.